Hey, it's David Nash from Pinnacle Fitness Center, and today we're going to talk about waist to hip ratio and how it affects your health. Now, many of us already know that if you carry excess fat around your waist and around your hips, then you can be at risk for diseases and illnesses later on in age. And you don't want that, right? So what we want to do today is know the guidelines to having a healthy waist and healthy hips. Now, there's two types of obesity terms when you're talking about waist to hip ratio. Now, there is what we call the android obesity, and that is obesity that is associated with excess fat around your waist. So that is typically visceral fat. Visceral fat is fat that surrounds your organs and tissues. And then there is what we call subcutaneous fat, and that is the fat that's underneath the skin on the outside of the muscles. Okay, so the subcutaneous fat, normally you're finding that more in that hip region there, and that's called gynoid obesity. So if you have excess fat packed on through the hip region, that's gynoid obesity, and then android obesity is through the waist. Now, what I have done here is I've put a chart together where men and women should be according to their waist and hip ratio. Now, if you are under 0.09 for men or 0.08 for women, you're in the right range. Congratulations. Keep doing what you're doing. But if you are above 0.085 or 0.1 for men, you are in what we call the obesity range. And if you're somewhere in the middle, you're in the overweight range. We have to know what where our waist to hip ratio is. Once again, you could be at risk for high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, and other forms of illnesses and diseases as we age. And so the waist and hip test is done with a simple tape measure. You're going to take that tape measure and wrap it around your body, okay, at the smallest part of the waist. That's normally around the belly button or just above. And then you're going to wrap it around your hips, okay, at the largest part of where your glutes protrude. And then you'll find your ratio there and determine where you're at. Now, if you do happen to be above these numbers, please go ahead and start getting in a workout regimen as well as a nutrition regimen. The next test that I'm going to go over is the ruler test. So the ruler test, you're going to take a ruler from the hip, from your hip bone, and you're going to look at the 3-inch mark. That 3-inch mark is going to help you determine where you're at. So if you're here with the hip bone, at the side of the hip bone there, you place your hand right here. If your belly is touching, okay, and mine is not, if your belly is touching your hand, then you need to really start working out and get in a right regimen because you are in a dangerous range. And if you're over 3 going into 4 or over 4 inches, you really need to get help right away. Okay? All right? So where should we be typically according to our height? That's a good question. We have a chart down here with guidelines to help you know. So if you were, let's say, 68 inches, okay, 5'8", okay, if you're that size, your height, your waist according to your height should be about half of your height. So your waist should be around 34 inches or less if you're 5'8". All right? Same thing if you're 5 foot. If you're 5 foot, you're 60 inches. It should be around 30 inches. I hope this information has helped you to understand where your waist should be according to your height, please like and share this with your friends and your family and your coworkers. If you're interested in learning more about Pinnacle Fitness Center, visit us at pinnaclefitnesscenter.com, or you can follow us at We Are Pinnacle on Facebook and Pinnacle Fitness Center on Instagram. We'll see you next time.